Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about beating quarters coverage, which is usually a 4 deep or 3 deep look, which includes cover 4 in different variations and match rules, which would include quarters, palms, and we will also discuss cover 6. So there is a nuance with quarters, but today all we want to do is we want to focus on its weaknesses and how are we going to beat it. And if you stick around to the end, there is a special hot route that will help you fry quarters. So now we're going to talk about quarters or cover 4's weaknesses. So if we take a look at this chart here, we will see that the weaknesses of cover 4 is really anything real deep we can beat it in, especially in the middle area. And we could also see underneath, if we can do routes like the drive concept, could really pull those safeties and those corners out, and we can get something underneath. And let's just always remember that the flats are usually going to be open in quarters coverage. Let's briefly talk about cover 6 and the weak areas of cover 6. So let's look at this chart now. And the one thing we have to remember about cover 6 is one part of the coverage is basically we're slicing the field in half. And one side is going to be the cover 4, which in this instance is the left side of the field. As we can see, that corner is backed off. And on the right side of the field is cover 2. If we remember, the corner is just going to be about 5 yards off that outside receiver. So those are the weaknesses of cover 6. So the first route concept that we're going to use to beat cover 4 quarters in college football 25 is going to be the Mills post dig shallow concept. So we notice square here is on a post, circle is on a deep dig, and triangle here is on a shallow. So let's just hike the ball. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah. That shallow gets wide open because that dig and that post are stretching the field, and those quarters coverage, it is being pulled out. So we have that shallow wide open. Let's do that again. Let's set that up. And again, the outside receivers, one of them is on a post, the other one is on a deep dig, and then we have an inside receiver. He is on a shallow cross. All right, let's snap the ball. And that works. That is a real good concept, and you can use that in any formation. We just so happen to be in a 2x2 set. Another concept that will work good versus quarters in college football 25 is what we're going to call the Mills alert. So what we have here, we're in a trip set, and square is going to be on a streak, and then on the other side of the field, circle is going to be on a post, R1 is going to be on a deep dig, and then X, he is going to be on an out route. So our first read here is going to be the out, because the R1 and circle, they're going to pull those defenders, and he's going to be open for some good yardage here in cover 4. And we have to always remember in cover 4 usually that the flats are going to be open. So let's hike the ball here, and he is wide open for some good yardage. That could be good for a third down conversion or something along those lines. Now the next concept that we're going to use to beat cover 4 or match in college football 25 is going to be the drive concept. Now we've talked about this in all throughout this coverage series. So basically we're going to take X, we're going to put him on a deep dig, and we're going to put circle on a drag route, and running back and go on a flat. And that is really what we call a flanker drive, but there's different kinds of drives. Okay, we're going to look at that Mike linebacker again, and if he goes with X, we're going to hit circle, and if he comes down to cover the drag route, we're going to hit the X. So let's just hike the ball, see what that Mike linebacker is going to do. Okay, so he kind of stayed in the middle there. So that is our drive concept. So the next concept that we're going to use to beat cover 4 in College Football 25 is going to be the dagger concept. Triangle is going to be on a drag to get those linebackers to bite. X is going to be on a streak to stretch the field. And circle is going to be on the deep dig. And there we have the deep dig. The deep dig isn't always going to work, but it is a viable option in cover 4. Another concept that will be really good in cover 4 quarters in College Football 25 is the post dig mesh route. So our outside receivers, one of them is on a post, the other one is on a dig, and then we have the mesh concept in the middle, and that's what we're going to want to focus on. And let's hike the ball and see we get some good yardage. So that's really good for cover 4 quarters as well in College Football 25. Now the next concept we're going to use to beat cover 4 in College Football 25 is the double post wheel. This will really work in any coverage as long as you have a double post and then you have a wheel. And really what that does is it pulls the coverage so the wheel could get open. He's going to be our first option. So let's hike the ball. And we are wide open there. This will be a real good play for you to get a lot of yards. Maybe you run it once or twice a game. Let's just hike the ball. And that'll be a really good play for us in cover 4 quarters. So the next concept we're going to use to beat cover 4 quarters in College Football 25 is what we're going to call the Hoss concept, okay? So circle is going to be on a post, X is going to be on a zig, and R1 is going to be on a deep dig. And we're going to put triangle there on an out just in case we need a check down. So our first option is actually going to be X here. So let us hike the ball. And we could get some good yardage there. Maybe you need a first down. Or let's run that again. Hit the running back, get some good yardage there. You have a few options on that route, and hopefully this will work for you. The next concept that we're going to use to beat cover 4 quarters in College Football 25, we're going to call the Slade concept. So the Slade concept is basically circle is going to be on a small dig, and then R1 is going to be on a corner, and then X here, he's going to be on a shallow cross, or maybe you could put him on a drag. So let's hike the ball, see what happens here. And if you just have a little time, you could get some good underneath yardage with that route. So if you need a third down conversion or on a first down, this could be a viable option for you. Let's hit the drag, see what that does. All right. And that gets us some yardage. Okay. You make some moves, you got some stick skills, and you could be off to the races. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. So I'm going to show you a hot route here to beat cover 4. What you're going to do is put the outside receivers on corner routes. You're going to put triangle on a corner route. You're going to put X on a corner route. And then your R1 you're going to put on a post. And you could use this concept in a 2x2 and anything really. If you see a cover 4, or maybe you see an open field with 2 deep safeties, and if it's a cover 3, you can always check it down. But what you're going to do here is that all these corners are going to pull the safeties and the corners, the backers, to the outside, and then this post is going to be wide open. So let's hike the ball. And he is wide open there. So here we go. And as you see here, I'm putting the outside receivers on corners, the X on corner, and the triangle on corner, and R1 is going to on a post, and he gets wide open. And this is from one of them epic challenges in Madden 25. And same thing works in College Football 25. And there we go. And Try that and see what kind of success you can have with it. And thank you for watching the channel today. And please remember to like and subscribe. And until next week, our next episode will be on man coverage. And we will see you then. Bye now.